Well, just looking at GB News, I kind of thought. So it seems that, well, they've no intentions of stopping the people coming across the channel, and they've also no interest in actually fixing the problem. So they've said that they will be using the taxpayers' money to fund them in hotels for the foreseeable future. But that's obviously not bad enough. Let's adjust this since we're off the road. We can do that there. But that's obviously not enough. They need to kick you in the plums a little harder. So, you know, those new builds that are probably set aside for people who are just setting up or whatever, or in some cases in posh villages, they'll have fuck off great houses. That'll be for them. So they're going to put migrants into the middle of new builds and stuff like this, exactly where people don't want them, and tough shit. I wonder how that's going to go. And moreover, you're paying for that, so that's great. And if you can't get a house, tough shit, wrong colour. And then, what else have we got? We've got, they're going to hit the price of a pint. So the average pint now is going to be £5 or more. So for those of you who like a pint out there, you're going to get hit harder, because let's be honest, the cost for the pub industry now, since the cost of labour has gone up because of the budgets and other things, has made it so they only make a few pence a pint. So basically, more pubs will go to the wall, which means they'll probably end up being things like McDonald's, which is not very good for us. Let's let this bloke go forward because he's about 60 tons. We're in a quarry now. So yeah, a lot of the community spirit, well, you won't be able to drink that because you can't afford it, and you won't be able to afford the beer either. So, but the community will be finished up, the pub will go to the wall, people will end up staying home and drinking alone, or not drinking at all, or not seeing people, but the outcome would be bad anyway, right? And what else have we got? Oh yeah, well, since we're inviting fighting age Islam into this country to take over, which is exactly what they're planning, the other one is a lot of these woke, self-hating, white fucking guilt wankers are planning on not teaching anything about Islam. I'll teach all about that. A bit like over in Wales, where they were trying to teach the kids how to fucking work out the best route to get from wherever it is these Islamic people come from, planning the safest route all the way back to the UK, because that's where the bonuses, that's where all the top benefits are. But anyway, what they want to do is stop teaching about Christianity and Easter, because that might offend other religions. Okay, now somebody told you, all right, you woke wankers, you self-loathing pitiful pieces of shit, that you weren't to mention Islam again because it might offend Christians, you'd lose your fucking mind. Because the truth is, you're one of those sick, twisted, fucked up, hateful individuals that hate where you came from, hate your parents probably, hate the fucking the whole history of your country, and just want to destroy it, because deep down that's what you're about. So the very fact of trying to tell anybody who's indigenous to this country that you're fucking wrong, you're evil, you're white, your history is terrible, and then basically hand over England wholesale, much like the government, we'll get onto them in a second, hand them over wholesale to an invading army, which will end up enslaving you, and probably it won't work out very well for you, because they hate nothing more than atheists. You think they don't like Christians much? They hate the atheists. Don't ask me why, but there is some fact behind, but I can't remember. Oh, that's the other thing. After the budget, which is coming up, which is not a full budget, it's just a small, here's where we're going to fuck you. Because actually, if you look at Labour, they went after the farming first, because we want to make sure you can't eat anything, and then they've gone after businesses, which is exactly what socialism does, because you look like you've got some money, we want some of it. And it's amazing, really, when you think of it, really, because they go after the rich, but not the super rich, because they actually want to become the super rich by avoiding taxes. And that's it. They're probably going to put tax up. In fact, they are going to put tax up. But you usually find that they've organised themselves, much like Blair did, to have themselves of trust within a trust within a trust that can't be investigated. And obviously, a lot of money gets paid offshore so that they can avoid tax, which is quite nice. However, you'll pay more tax. Oh yeah, that's it. They're going to have a wage increase as well. So that's nice. So how do you think things are going? Now, I'm an accelerationist, right? I wanted, and this is going to sound mad to you, right? But I actually wanted Labour to get in because they do the job a lot quicker. and in so doing would wake you up, and it's working. You talk to the average person down the pub now, if you can still get into the pub, if it's still there. Otherwise, failing that, I don't know, if you go out for a walk and you end up talking to somebody, you know, anyway, or if you're in the shops, they're all starting to come around to the same thing. People who were asleep for years, and I've known quite a lot of them, the same people that probably back about 7 years ago when I was waking up to this, 8 years ago, actually longer than that, would have called me a racist, a bigot, and all the other shit, are now actually becoming far more right-wing than myself, and a lot less tolerant. Not that I'm hugely tolerant, because I'm a realist. These people are coming around so hard that it does make me wonder what the next plan is, because obviously it's going to take some time before Islam takes over. They've got to build their numbers up, and they've got to get the voting in and actually vote us out, because that's their plan, if you didn't know. Going to war is old school. They didn't do very well then, because in the old days we had Christianity and we fought them under the banner of Christianity and kicked their ass across here and there because they were headed our way. I've got a bug. Ugh, that was a bug then. That's what you get inside these places. So yeah, and the other thing is, it did seem like quite a coherent or a decent plan, I should say, to wreck our belief in Christianity and just make us all think about ourselves and nothing else, and literally turn us, or as many of us as they could, into a bunch of degenerates that only thought about getting laid, getting drunk, partying, and the next holiday. Oh, and whatever else we could buy. Whilst the army that was going to invade us came with nothing, oh, why didn't you and got everything? Well, that's the other thing. While they're going to give more and more to the invading army, I believe they're going to tell you lot on benefits, okay, especially the ones on PIP, you can get fucked, so you can fend for yourself now. That's nice of them. So, back to the acceleration. You have to have things get so bad so quick that people actually wake up. 6:05? But there it is. Anyway, I better get off now, because at the moment, I'm working. Hope you're all right. I do plan to do more, but I actually have to turn on the news to listen to it. And I've got to be honest, how about you? My little break away from listening to the drudgery, the misery, and the impending doom, which is, and you can't turn your head away from that as much as people would like to try. And I don't know if I mentioned this in the other statement, I noticed that people, these lefties that walk around in Bristol, treat crossing the road in the very same way that they treat their attitudes towards their politics and Islam. That is to say that they bury their head in the phone or in a book or in something else. They have no idea of what's coming. They don't care about what's coming. They feel immune to what's coming, and they carry on their day oblivious. Because you just see them in Bristol, they just cross the road wherever they want without looking at you, no eye contact, because if they don't make eye contact, they're not accountable in their head, right? They just wander on, and it's your problem now. And in their head, they're safe. And it's the same way they deal with things like immigration. It's all right. I'll be all right, or I'll be dead by the time it goes bad, so it doesn't matter. And fuck everybody else, because it's all about me. So that's where we are. Anyway, looks like the sun's coming out, so that's nice. And we're still sober, so that's good. It's been a bit of a fucking challenge, but there you are. It's not the physical cravings that I have a problem with. It's the psychology of it all, and all the rest of it. But anyway, whatever. So I hope you're all right. I can now actually press the off button because I'm not on the road, and I'll upload this. Hope you're all well. I'll speak to you in a bit.